Alright guys, so this is going to be the second part of the review of the Innova 7111 scanner. It's a screen style scanner, unlike the regular handheld ones where have a little LCD screen. This is a big unit. So here we go. This is going to be a 2002 Trailblazer I'm testing this on. Here's the OBD2 port, the male side, and we're going to connect it to the female side under the dash. You see, there we go. And as soon as I plugged it in, it says retrieving vehicle information. I'm gonna put the key on, engine off. Let me turn that off. So we're gonna give it a bit while to set up. We're gonna see how long it takes to retrieve the vehicle information. There we go, it appears to have gone. So right off the bat, we can see it's the 2002 Chevy Trailblazer with the VIN. And since I was playing around with it, I did update the mileage on here. But here we go with main screen, home screen. We have the Global OBD2 Select Module, Network Scan, Global Live Data, Service Reset, and Custom Scan. So we're going to go to Global OBD. You can see we have Scanning Vehicle. I was navigating around this. Has relatively fast loading speeds. The initial one, when you first connect to a new vehicle, it does take a while, but I assume it's just because it's learning, getting the VIN. If it has the ability to retrieve the mileage, it retrieves it. So here we go. In this screen, we have Global OBD, Live Data, Schedule Maintenance, Predicted Failures, TSBs, and Recalls. So here we go. It gives us a powertrain codes and also your smog readiness. Currently, have no codes and monitors. We're all good here. In this, we could expand view drive cycle. And I'll load that up real quick, and then it gives us the ability to see how good we are in passing the smog. Especially, this is important here in California. So here we go. We're gonna go to live data. This also does take a while, but it retrieves all the data PIDs available from the computer. And it does give us a ability to graph some items here. You are able to choose these and record them as well. But I believe you have to have the SD card. I'm not sure if this has internal memory yet. I still haven't got to that yet, but here we go. We could click View Table and select Parameters so we could see which ones we are able to see. And I believe we're only able to get about 5 data PIDs at a time and graph them and record them. But these are some of the data PIDs we have. The reason that they're not bright is because they're not active. We haven't selected them, so they're not being graphed. And for example, we have those 5 that are already automatically selected. View graph. And of course, these would be changing with the key on, engine running. And I mean, we could see those items there. Going back to the main screen of the Global OBD, we have schedule maintenance, which right here gives us the ability to create a report. In order for this to be successful, we have to connect to the Wi-Fi, which I have not connected this device to the Wi-Fi as well. But as you can see, it gives us recommended parts, verified fixes, complete vehicle maintenance schedules, technical service bulletins, and more, and recalls as well. And as well, these predicted failures and TSB also have to have a Wi-Fi connection to give you the ability to have those work. Global live data is just an expanded view of live data. So here we go. Same thing. Would be the same viewing as in the previous module, you could say, or screen. Just that this is separate and we don't have to upload everything all at once. So this is a part of this, but without scanning all the background info for the smog and other codes as well. Here we could choose what module we want to work on and scan and see. So here, for example, this truck's not very loaded, but it does give us some basic modules that we could enter. and read and erase codes from. So for example, we're going to go into driver C module, see what's available. We're going to read DTCs and fail. I believe it says fail because this truck does not come equipped with it, but it's not active in the system. So like this is just a manual seat, so that's why it doesn't show up. And then up here, down here, we have service reset. In this vehicle, we have oil light reset, battery reset, that are functional, that are tested. Electric parking brake, steering angle assist, ABS bleeding, and battery alternator do work. With just these three do not, because this vehicle does not come equipped with those. But I did the battery test reset and the battery alternator test. This one to test the battery and the alternator, and that's really good. It helps you save a trip to the automotive store to have your battery or alternator tested. Oil light reset also, for example, if it does it automatically via the scan tool, it'll do it, but if not, it'll tell you the instructions how to go about doing it manually. And as you can see, you would do it and then press back, and that would be the oil reset. Custom scan, here you have the ability to choose what parameters and as well what modules you want to see, so you could activate and deactivate them. Currently the vehicle and the scan tool show all of them as default on. You can see all of them are turned to the right, and so we're going to click save settings as we didn't move anything, and it's going to scan OBD again. And so far what I like about this case is that it feels sturdy. I also just noticed right here we have a front camera as well, or maybe a sensor for when the scanner's not being active, it'll turn off or go to sleep. As well as I was gonna say, I wish that you had the ability to graph more items in one screen, but it only gives us the ability to do 5. I think that's just because the refresh rate, if we upload so many items to graph at one point, it'll like slow down the process rate, and then we would see slow readings as compared to just 5, which would maintain the stream steady and accurate. So as you can see here, we're scanning all the modules I didn't even know this vehicle had or were available to us, but the scanner manages to read most of them. As you can see here, we have live data, failed modules, past modules, and again, these items here have to be connected to Wi-Fi. But it gives us a mission monitor, which we're good. Failed modules, a battery life, TPMS, oil life, warranty. This also would be found out if you had it connected to Wi-Fi, as well as these 2 items. And again, if there were any recalls or TSPs for this vehicle, it would show you on this vehicle's profile had it been connected to Wi-Fi. And as you can see here, past modules, failed modules, gives us a list of what's bad on this vehicle. And I'm surprised it gives us all these, because your regular DIY person OBD2 scan tool will not give you access to these, and this scan tool does. So of course I do have to navigate more and play around with it more to give a better review, but this is just a basic review on this scanner. Going through it screen by screen to show you guys what's available, what's not available. And it's not surprisingly heavy. It's just bulky, but it's just a protective cover on it, which I feel is good, because some scanners are like very thin, like an iPad, where they have no cover on it. And this is bulky. You have for your fingers right here, you have some places to rest them. You have this clip right here. It's a bit hard to get up, but it gives you the ability to set it, for example, on your lap, like, or on a desk, or even on the steering wheel, like in this case right here. The steering wheel is sideways, but I wish I had like a 90-degree loop instead of being just straight out 180, pointing down, so that, for example, you could hang it like this and not have the scanner fall on you. And you could just sit here in the driver's seat in your engine bay, in your service bay, I meant, and work on it like that. But this does work to an extent, depending on steering wheel. And again, we have about the same screen on this selection that we chose. And that's a very rough overview of the scanner. We have history, which would be the vehicles we have chosen. As you could see, there were several times that I did cycle the ignition on and off, so that's where we get the different vehicles we've selected. Support. As to contact Innova support, ASE certified professionals, Monday through Saturday, 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. You could email, report an issue, and then we could press cancel to go back. As well as settings, you could see technical support again here for the Innova tablet for the electronic side. We have date and time, which is accurate for the scan tool. Retailer not available. Wi-Fi settings not connected, as I said. Regional settings, language, idle time, which would be the time it would go to sleep, as I was saying. Maybe this is a sensor for that. Volume, brightness settings, DLC locator, which for this I did read has to be connected to the Wi-Fi. Sorry, there's a glare here. Theme settings, and then software versions. You could check for updates there if you're connected to Wi-Fi, and update so you get better vehicle coverage and more how would you say, functions for every vehicle as the years progress, and you have better ability to work on newer vehicles and access more features and functions for vehicle specific services that you have to do via the scanner. And so there's not much to this. I still have to navigate it more, as I was saying, but this is a brief overview of the 6 main screens and of the general scanner, along with the previous video of the unboxing of the case. Thank you very much for this watching this review of this Innova 7111 scanner, and I'll see you guys on the next video.